Yo, welcome guys. I'm here with my good friends Bilal and Taron, and we're here today to talk about what's going on in the boxing world. And it's been a long time, guys. It's good to see you guys. I know
Likewise.
you've been working so hard.
Oh man.
You're in camp again for this next fight. It's a rematch from the
previous
fight that
fight.
you've just had.
Yes.
Where it was a massive opportunity for you to go out, and it was so good to see you take that opportunity with both hands. And you've really earned yourself this second shot,
Yes.
because I'm sure that the world wants to see that again. It's a very competitive fight. I
Yes, it
personally
was.
had you down as maybe in the lead, edging it a bit.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, yeah.
And I thought you guys worked really well together. I think
Well,
that was your first time out together as a
Yeah.
partnership.
Yes.
And obviously, you looked like there's some good
Fireworks.
synergies there.
Yeah, fireworks.
And I think we've been always probably feeling it.
We know it's
since
come.
a long time.
It's just nobody could see it. And
Yeah.
now they saw it. And now they want more.
Now it's come together, and you know what? You delivered the goods on the night, and Taryn, you obviously put a lot of amazing effort in the camp. And tell me how it's going in this camp. What's new?
Well, we've got a lot more time
Mhm.
this time round. I
Yeah.
mean, the first if I was to tell you, we only really had 3 weeks
Correct.
to prepare for that fight. 2 weeks of sparring
Yeah.
only,
2 weeks.
and he was sick.
And I was sick.
Bro,
He was sick.
borderline worried.
2 weeks of sparring.
Like,
Yeah.
And I was
on the
coughing out
fight,
sick.
He was like spitting like
I know.
green, yellow
phlegm.
phlegm
What were
in
we
the bucket.
talking about on the phone? That I was like shocked at the level of it was. I knew it was a
Performance, yeah.
competitive fight, and I knew that it was quite last minute for you.
It was.
And Taron was telling me as well, like, oh my god, health wasn't at the best place.
No, it
or you
was
were
not.
pushing
It was
through, and with family stuff as well going on. You had your
yeah.
hands full.
Yeah. 1 week old baby.
Yeah, yeah. Still trying to keep a
Yeah.
roof over your head as well.
Exactly. We had illness before the fight.
Yeah.
3 weeks preparation.
Only.
We had a sparring. We had a cut underneath the eye. So
yeah. Is that the?
no, not that one. Just something up here. But nevertheless, it's not about, because I've done so much sparring over the years
Yeah.
that having 2 weeks of sparring wouldn't be detrimental. You know what I mean? Because it's everything I've done since I was 17 till now.
Yeah.
I've accumulated a lot of sparring knowledge.
Yeah.
So whether I don't spar or whether I spar, what matters is if the killer instincts is at 100%,
Yeah. Exactly.
it's done.
If you're in tune.
If you're in tune with
Yeah.
your soul and your spirit and your power,
Yeah.
and you feel it,
Yeah.
trust me, if you're going to win, you're going to feel it.
Yeah.
I swear, if you're going to lose, you will feel it.
Yeah.
You will feel the heebie-jeebies. But if you're going to win,
It's your instinct.
there is something.
Yeah.
I can't explain it.
Talk to me about how does it help having a coach who like synergizes with you, and then sort of lets you do your thing as a fighter and try and help you get into that zone.
How we feel having a coach that actually understands you is like the bees and the flower.
Yeah.
You can't.
Nature.
Yes, you need one before the other one can flourish.
Yeah.
It's like, symbiosis. If
100%.
we work together, we're like a connection, like a pieces to the puzzle. Like have you ever played the game Tetris? You know where all the blocks fits perfectly.
Yeah. You gotta be patient.
Yeah, so
That's the thing with Taron. I know he's young, but he's got a wealth of experience. He's been
21 years old.
He's 21 years old, if anyone up, but
I
he's
tried.
been living and breathing and
tried.
sleeping this sport since I think, but he was literally a toddler.
are you talking about Junaid?
No.
Oh, Tyron. Oh, yeah.
Taron.
Yeah.
No, but so I think his understanding as well, knowing you on a personal level.
We were
understanding
amateurs
your-
together.
Do you get it?
He was one of the
That's
people.
quite an interesting
No,
story
let me-
for me. So he knows you as a person.
No,
and,
no,
like,
no.
being able to like let you do your thing,
Yeah.
plus get
No,
the
get
most out
this.
of you.
When I was an amateur, he was one of the champions at the gym.
Yeah.
He was one of the people I used to look up to.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really good. So
Yeah.
we've been
And
an
then fast
upgrade.
forward now, 2025. Now we're working together. It's crazy.
It's cool. You know what? I always felt it deep down inside that at some point it would happen.
It had to happen.
You know, I knew it.
It's funny how life goes.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Everything happens for a reason.
It definitely does. And you know what? More power to it. I want to see you guys both succeed together. You're young and full of amazing creativity and talent
Drive.
and raw hard work and
Hunger.
effort. And so when you put that all together, this is a recipe for a successful partnership in boxing. And if you can stay this course, obstacle or any challenge, I think you're going to be able to match it, you know?
We will. Look, the thing is, if you prepare, for a challenge or an obstacle, you will be well equipped to tackle it.
Yeah.
So we've been preparing for years and years and years. Now, we have gotten to that point where people only see the end result. Oh, Bilal is strong, Bilal is talented, but they haven't seen what we have been doing before we got to that point where they see us. So they don't understand that a lot of hard work, a lot of points of giving up, a lot of points of
Ups and downs,
ups
highs
and
and
downs,
lows.
of highs and lows, and what is the point of all this? Question mark. And what we decide to envision from that thought, like what is the point of all this? Why so long? We see the end result. We see what we're looking for. We don't see the
Those
hard
highs
work.
and lows, they've almost hardened you
No, they
from your
have.
childhood,
They have.
from what you've had to deal with in
Absolutely.
your karma. You've been developed for this scenario perfectly.
Exactly.
Because you know what? You've been up against a lot of battles from the get-go.
Yes.
And, you know, if we don't mind us speaking about it for 1 minute.
It's okay. We
The
can speak
first
about
time
it.
when we would meet, the thing that caught me out the most was I knew you were competing at such a high level
Yeah.
and always optimistic about one day going on to
Yes.
then earning a shot in the pro ranks.
Where we
being
are
able
now.
to earn money and provide stability for a family and stuff. That time when you struggled so hard before you got your, you know, the right paperwork and the ability to work on and stuff like that, that's probably doubled your determination and made you even more of a big problem for anyone who's a prospect or who's probably going to have to face you at some point. And you know what? It's going to be a big challenge for your opponents too.
Of course, because they haven't gone through what we've gone through. So
Probably
if
not.
we have endured suffering more than another person, and then me and that person were supposed to compete in a situation where we have to channel our pain, thresholds, our willpower. The person that wins is the person that have suffered the most.
Does it give you the edge?
It does, because
You truly feel
the drive to not quit has been there from the beginning. And the more you nourish that drive, the more you suffer, the more that drive expands.
Do you think that that's just been a blessing and a curse through your own
It's
destiny?
a gift and a curse, because
Do
the
you
gift is,
want that for other fighters or
I mean, I
people
would,
in the sport growing up? How do you...
what I will say is, anybody that is competing in a very, very competitive sport, you cannot have everything handed to you.
Yeah.
You need to have been in a position of discomfort, a struggle, a time where things are unclear, uncertain, and you emerge out of it stronger. Only then will you possess the ammunitions
Yeah.
to
Kind of like
actually
taking your negative and turning it into a
positive.
positive.
Yeah, because if you look at the negative from a negative perspective,
Yeah.
you will only see negative ideas.
Yeah.
But if you look at the negative from a positive perspective, you will see the positive in the negative. Do you understand what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
it depends on what you're looking at, how you look at it. We can look at the same thing and see a different thing.
Correct.
You know, a lot of people, I've used this analogy so long, like 3 plus 4 is 7, 9 minus 2 is 7, 10 minus 3 is 7, 20 minus...
different scenario, same result.
That's right.
Yeah.
So I look at something, you look at something, we're looking at the same thing, but we see a different approach or a different journey to it. But the end result is the center.
What's going to give you the edge on the 21st of June? Is it going to be your winning mentality and attitude? Or is it going to be your talent? Is it going to be your power? Is it going to be a game of who lands first? What do you think?
I think that what you're saying, all of it is correct.
Yeah.
But imagine instead of just taking one,
Yeah.
all of it.
It's all in.
You get it?
Yeah.
It's all of it, and then you combine it, and then you wrap it up in a Christmas gift, and then you unwrap it when you're about to go in the ring.
Wow. Boxing is a very complex sport, and, you know, being able to, you know, see you in action and learn from the whole thing is just very, it's amazing.
What do you think about the last fight?
I genuinely thought, before, because I knew what was going on in camp, I genuinely thought you were at a bit of a disadvantage with the fact that you had to sort of get your thing going. I know you've been fighting for your whole life, but I knew you had a kid. I knew you had things to take care of. I knew you had to earn money.
Yeah, I was
Me
working
as
as
a
well.
person who also had a child, also I've got a business. I know it's hard to juggle these things
All the things
and be
together.
successful and get the outcomes that you want Mate, you gave me inspiration.
My boy.
I was like, yo,
I bet you were watching the fight.
you
went,
get
"That's
the
my
right
boy."
team around. Yeah, yeah, I know. You saw that. I watched it with you afterwards. 10
Yeah.
times over. Me and Murad put it back and forth. We were fucking happy. Sorry, seriously happy about it.
Of course.
We'll cut that out.
Yeah.
But we were so happy about it because we knew that despite the odds, you know, there was so much
Controversy and
out there.
yeah.
You smashed it, man.
Of
I not that I'm a bias. I genuinely even asked people I was watching with. Everybody thought that you were winning.
Even
you
Eddie
know?
Hearn. What did Eddie Hearn say?
Well, listen, I think he gave you your props.
Eddie Hearn said I
uh,
won 6-4.
Yeah, wow. And listen, to get the phrase from
Eddie Hearn
who is
against a
personal, big time inspiration for me, and I know you guys have a lot of respect for him because he's
He's the
got
king.
such a good style towards boxing and,
Yeah.
and gives such a great platform to amazing fighters like you and your trainers as well. And so, the fact that he's even acknowledging what was going on and giving you the opportunity, I think that's a blessing and can't thank him enough for that. And hopefully he'll be more impressed by your next.
Of course.
Fine,
Do you know what's the good thing about what happened is?
Yeah.
The thing is, we were already powerful from the beginning, but if you have power and nobody sees it, doesn't matter. No one knows you have it.
That's what I'm saying.
So
Platform.
the platform, there might be people that are amazing.
Platform.
Yeah. There might be people that are amazing, but however, if they're not being noticed,
Yes.
it goes away.
Every time I came to your call fights,
Yes.
which I don't know how many times you went there, but there was electricity in the air.
It's the vibe, man.
You were
I
doing a
command.
lot of punches, and sometimes you were getting us on edge because I thought you were getting too close and
To the
making
guy.
it a war. With Serge and a few of the guys. Serge,
Yes, the big Dal
guy.
Sergio. Oh my
Serge.
God. That guy was a
And
tank.
I thought, why are you making me risk? There's enough people watching right now, but it's the entertainer inside
Yes,
me.
I had
know
to-
outside of the ring, you love performance.
No,
I do.
He's a
whether
natural.
it's singing or whether it's
boxing.
No, he's a natural showman.
he's a natural showman.
Natural.
And this is reminding me of back in the day when you had in prison Nassim, Muhammad Ali. These people were way beyond boxers. They were performers.
they were
And
performers.
people like Eddie Hearn who have that platform, I think secretly they
They
love
need people
you guys
like that.
because you are gonna make those
Sell
golden
tickets.
moments.
Yeah.
No, forget sell ticket. You'll make iconic moments. Nowadays, they're videoing all the fights. They're putting it on replay. They're clipping it to TikTok. They're putting it there and there. People are getting so much entertainment off of this, plus inspiration,
course.
plus all
Of
this.
course.
They're just smiling all over.
I mean, I know people that box and they're amazing at boxing, but it's boring to watch.
Yeah, facts. And they're like,
yeah.
But personally, I've always thought that you could be a promoter's dream.
Yes.
Just stick the light on him, put him in a decent fight, and
And
he
you
will
watch.
bring so much
Yeah,
entertainment.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
me.
if you want to give him a microphone too, get him a
Oh
big
man,
gassed up.
you know I can
You
talk
can
as
make-
well. You know I
You
can
can make
talk.
them laugh and talk and smile and be happy, and you're a family person as well, and
Yeah.
the audience respects that as well.
Yeah,
So
they respect a genuine person.
Fighters aren't aliens; they're
Yeah,
humans.
But they view fighters and boxers as hooligans, barbarians,
No.
ragamuffins and roadmans and people that are, gangsters. But when you see a boxer that possess the articulacy, a gentlemanly
Energy.
approach, but also deadly. Yeah. Now that is what you call a Brandon.
I was just joking about how we've been out together, and sometimes we might be out and about at night time, and there's other people drinking there, and so sometimes people get very boisterous, and or maybe in London, sometimes they can be aggressive, but the amount of times that we've been together, and then something like that happens, and we just laugh it
We
off,
just
and
laugh
you
and we
run
just
away.
run away. Yeah. We don't do the
And
fighting.
there's like no chance
Yeah.
anyone is upsetting our energy.
We know how to
Yeah,
keep it
and there's
clean.
no chance that confrontations
Nah, we keep
of
it
any
clean.
sort happen because the positive energy that we like to take with us outside of the ring, and obviously, inside of the ring,
just like I
we
was
know how to
saying.
channel it.
Yeah, just like I was saying, if you don't choose to visualize and create and envision positivities and positive approach, then you're doing the opposite. In life, you have two sides. You have hot, cold, dark, light, soft, hard, up, down, boy, girl, physical, spiritual. Everything comes in twos. So if you don't choose the positive,
it will work against you.
Exactly. And then more of that thing, negativity will come to you.
Yeah.
So if we were supposed to go out and we're having a negative mindset, when a negative thing happens to us, we will respond in a negative way.
Yeah.
But if we're supposed to be positive, if we are as we are positive, and something happens that is negative, we would just laugh at it because we can see it for what it is and not what it appears to be.
There's some funny laws that govern
Life.
the world, right? Yeah, life.
And most people don't know it. But the thing is,
But you have to be in
it's
tune
out
with the
there.
sport like
Yeah,
boxing, right?
yeah. No, the thing is, if you're in tune with yourself inside, yeah, everything falls into place.
Yeah.
You don't have to fight it. All you have to do is just dive in and just be at peace with yourself.
Yeah.
If you're at peace with yourself, I promise you, you are bulletproof.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nothing can touch you and nothing can penetrate you. The only time anything penetrates you is the moment you forget that you are at peace with yourself. And then you lose that and watch what happens.
Amazing, man. Amazing.
Amazing, right?
Love that.
My boy, good
So
talk.
funny. Yeah, definitely.
That's it.
Yeah,
So-
listen, talk to me about how's it feeling being a new dad?
How is what?
How's it feeling being a new dad? It's crazy, right?
Sleepless night.
Oh my god. Oh, wait.
Hey,
Why-
I'm
why-
taking
why-
my
why-
time.
why?
I'm
I was
taking
gonna
my
say,
time.
why hasn't Coach had a baby?
You know, I'm taking
When
my
he's
time.
ready.
Taking my time.
Dude, man, sleepless night.
Hot.
It's the only time someone can slap you and hug you at the same time.
At the same time, yeah.
That's
yeah,
when
I'll
you
grab your arm.
I grab you. Oh my gosh, why?
It's crazy.
Yeah, but this is it, man. This is it. At some point, when we get to the age of 40 and 45, and we look back and the house is empty, you have nothing. But when we get to the age of 45 and the house is buzzing, everyone's shouting, you say, don't do this, don't do that. And on Christmas time, or you have a celebration, you know, that feeling is what nurtures the soul. I know people that say, oh, I'm happy, I don't want it. But trust me, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was just saying with my friend the other day, they were saying, you know, it's better to have, you know, to be happy and to be surrounded by love that all you have is money and you don't have any, you know.
Yeah, man, I know that, man. I know that. See, I have the love, I have everything, but I don't have the money.
See, the grass is always greener.
Yeah,
Not yet. Not yet.
Not yet.
Tell me, what's the purse like in this next fight? Are we getting paid or we get paid?
Well, the thing is, because of the fight,
Yeah.
and they want a rematch, so they're paying more than
Good.
Yeah, they're paying more, and
So is it life changing or are we gonna keep?
the money is not life changing, but it changed my life. It's not life changing,
Okay.
but it changes my life in the
For the
short
better.
for the better in the
Yeah.
short term, in a way where we can rent a house in West Hampstead for like a whole year without worrying about
Wow. So it gives you a lot of stability.
Yeah.
What's the plan after that? You want to try and keep
Are you
pushing?
kidding me? Look, the thing is, yeah, in boxing, yeah, there is a circle that are the top.
Yeah.
They're the center.
Yeah.
Okay, they're
That's
here.
where the-
That's where the money is. Okay,
Cool.
here's the deal. Okay, so this is the circle, and this is where everyone is. Okay,
Yeah.
so the thing is, I was here.
Yeah.
And I didn't belong here. So everybody I fought here, I demolished them.
Yeah.
And every time I asked to fight anybody up here, they say no.
No. Yeah.
Okay, so the British board had to order somebody from here to fight me.
Wow.
So they fought me, and that happened. So you know what happened for me here? I climbed up from here to here. So now I'm here. So
Yeah.
anytime I get fights
Yeah.
or I get paid, I get a piece of the center.
Correct.
I don't get the same. So, and the longer I stay here, the more money I get. So I think I'm in a better position than I was,
Yeah.
but
You still got
I still got a
journey
push.
to go.
Exactly.
So, coach, how do we want to penetrate that top 5, top 10? How are we going to keep making noise?
Well,
how are you going to
before-
keep sharpening those
before we-
skills? And how are you going to bring them to the ring?
Good
That's
question.
a very
We can
good
use
question.
them for a very important meeting.
That's a very good question.
I like that.
But
It's business, baby.
before we look ahead
Yeah.
and think about British world level, we have to focus on what's in front of us.
That's why we got a big coach in our corner.
We have to get past Junaid in
Yeah.
the rematch, win the English title, and then
Wow.
we can talk
Prestigious belt, right?
thinking about, because a lot of people they think about this and that,
Yeah.
which is great, but
Mhm.
if you don't focus with what's in front of you,
Yeah.
and you lose,
Have you seen that go wrong before?
yeah, many times.
Fair enough.
So, right now we're just focusing with what's in front of us.
Yeah.
Win the rematch,
Fine.
and then move on to better things.
Good.
know.
So you've been all in on this camp.
Yeah, we are feeling.
Have you noticed any
Yeah.
holes in Junaid's game, or is it more about
Well,
improving what you've got?
I'm not expecting the same fight as the first fight. I'm sure him and his team are gonna have a new game plan to try
Tell
and
them
win
what the
the
game
rematch.
plan is. He's going to be boxing from a distance.
Yeah, he's gonna.
He's
I
going to
mean,
go back to what he does,
I'm
that
sure-
he knows what he's been doing, that's been working for him. But he doesn't know that we want him to do that.
Yeah,
Okay.
but
We want him to dance.
We're prepared.
Got it.
We've always
prepared.
been prepared. The thing is, if you settle and you're not wasting energy, it's at the disadvantage for me.
Yeah.
Because you're conserving your energy.
Yeah.
But if you're moving around and you're dancing and you're doing all this stuff,
Yeah.
you're wasting energy.
Yeah.
We'll-
So you think you'll be able to track
Yeah.
him down?
Look, I'll put the work on him, so he's gonna have to move
Okay,
from the
fine.
beginning, and then later in the round, like round 3, round
cut you
4, round 5, I'm already cutting him off from the beginning. But round 4, round 5,
Yeah.
that's when you start to see he starts to depreciate in value.
The mistakes start
The
happening.
mistakes start happening. He starts to get tired, fatigued,
stuff
and guess
out.
what happens? He decides to settle,
And then
and that's
gave
when
him-
we engage him.
Got it.
But I want him to dance. I want him to move. If he doesn't move, we have a problem.
Fine.
He moved in now round 8 or round 7. Yeah, and he worked for him. But look what happened at round 9, round 10. He moved in round 8
You're right.
and he won.
Slowed down.
But look what
Came
happened
off
in
that
round
hit.
9 and round 10.
Yeah,
I
no,
took him apart.
we're-
So imagine he moved in the first 3 rounds, first 4 round, first 5 round, and then I see him going. That's when we start to
Correct.
march
We're
forward.
feeling a lot more confident going into the rematch. When he told me that we're going for it, I felt super confident. So you know, if he decides to box and move and counter, we're ready for that. If he wants to stand and trade,
Yeah.
which
We'll
I
be
don't
ready
think he's
for
gonna
that.
do, we're ready for that as well.
No, definitely.
You know?
Look, it looked like you had a lot of strength in there, and you know what? You guys have just made me even more excited to see this.
I can assure you,
Yeah.
man. When the fight was over, yeah, I had at least 5 more rounds in me.
Yeah. Amazing. So, even pacing it on this next one, you'll.
I'm not pacing it. You know what I'm gonna do now on this fight? I'm gonna go all in, but not all in. Maybe 80% from the beginning, and then because he doesn't have the engine I do,
Yeah.
when I depreciate in value, he's done.
Wow. So you can.
Do you know what I mean?
Into
So
those deep.
I'll take him to the deep waters, but I'll be putting myself at a detrimental situation because I would feel tired
100%.
a little bit.
Well, you're
But
ready to
if
go.
but when I get to that point where I'm tired, imagine where he's at.
It's a very good point. A lot of coaches say that no matter how tired you are and how beaten up you feel, your opponent is feeling the exact same thing.
Exactly. But imagine if you're good in the engine and you have the endurance and you make yourself and you get to the point where you feel tired, imagine what your opponent that is not fit is feeling.
Very true.
Very true, right?
Listen, I can't wait. 21st of June, it's going to be an
go.
absolute showdown. In the zone, we can't miss it. We might be watching it in a watch party over here.
That would be nice.
I'll probably try and make my way over there 100%.
That's in
I've gotta be
Birmingham.
there.
Let's stay here and watch it here.
But thank you to the Zone, thank you to Eddie
Eddie
Hearn
Hearn,
for
thank
putting
you.
on such a good show. Obviously, thank you to Turkey Al Sheikh, who's leading the way with boxing
Thank you,
right
Turkey
now.
Al Sheikh.
And we can't wait to put on a good show
That's right.
for you guys. And Taron and Bilal, was so good to see you guys at BuddhaTalks today.
Hey,
My boy.
And until next time, maybe.
always a
really
pleasure.
good to see you.
Good,
Thank
good,
you,
good.
IGs.